Hello and welcome to Hungary, to the second round of the Rallycross Challenge Europe. This weekend we're in Nyirád in the west of the country. Soaring temperatures and a big local crowd with lots of favourites to please them. Plenty of action on the cards. Well, the circuit was opened in 1988, described by World Rallycross champion Peter Solberg as the coolest rallycross circuit in Europe, and it's a real undulating challenge for our drivers. Local hero Bruno Schirmaz in the Honda Civic at home here in Hungary. So what can we expect from him? Well, another Honda rival, Joel Strax, the Belgian in number 46 machine, looking for another podium, or perhaps Yves Telen, who takes the lead in this heat in his Citroën Saxo, who won the first round in Italy. And plenty of close battling in the heats, particularly between the Hondas, Joel Strax and Bruno Schirmaz, but perhaps being distracted by the battle with each other, they neither ended up fastest in the heats. That honour went to the reigning champion Roman Castoral. Schirmaz was second quickest ahead of Claudius Smits in the Ford Fiesta, but there were problems for newcomer Eric Wilkinson in his Opel Corsa. Yves Telen on the back of the grid in the first of the semi-finals. Pole position for Roman Castoral, the rest of the grid filled out with the Central European Zone competitors. Great start as ever from Castoral. Belgians Yves Telen also got away well. Down the inside to pick off 2 or 3, moving up to 4th place as Castoral headed away from the field. Castoral knows this track like perhaps nobody else. He's a multiple champion in the Central European Zone, and of course he's our defending champion Rallycross Europe as well. After 4th place in Italy, really trying hard to improve his performance here, and so he does. Yves Telen finishes 5th, doesn't make it through to the final. Roman Castoral charges on to victory in a style that is definitely ominous for his rivals. Clear visibility out front, quick through the heats, and on the track he knows better than any other. He is definitely chasing maximum points. Into the second semi, and Claudius Smits will start behind Bruno Schirmaz. Joel Strax and Ivo van der Brandt on row 3. So 4 contenders from Rallycross Challenge Europe as they get away. Ivo van der Brandt made it into the semi-final, but a dreadful start for the Mitsubishi. His hopes are blown. Erwin Frizzell and Daniel Gruber leading. Joel Strax in the Honda Civic leading the Rallycross Challenge Europe pack, and he's been chased onto the Joker Loop early by Claudius Smits. Strax giving us a great view of what it's like on the demanding Hungarian circuit. Out of the Joker Loop and into the dust once more. Ivo van der Brandt never quite recovered from that bad start, didn't make it through to the finals in Hungary, but Joel Strax and Bruno Schirmaz in the Hondas did go through. Fans enjoying the beautiful weather as they get ready for the final. Doubtless they'll be cheering on this man, Bruno Schirmaz, one of 2 Hungarians in the final. He's on the middle of row 3 of the grid. Joel Strax on row 2 in the Honda, and Roman Castoral in the centre of the front row of the grid, with Erwin Frizzell on pole in his Peugeot 206. Away they go. Good solid start from everybody. They're going 4 wide there. Roman Castoral looking back. Joel Strax right in the middle of the shot, the black Honda Civic. But where is the Peugeot? There it is on the inside. Erwin Frizzell, he is your leader, the Austrian in the Peugeot 206. Strax gets onto the tarmac section in 3rd place, second of the Rallycross Challenge Europe contenders. But there is the Peugeot that leaves Roman Castoral in his dust. Now on this circuit he knows so well, the Czech driver has all the tricks. He knows where the grip's to be found, throws it up the inside and showers the Austrian in gravel as he goes through to take the lead. That was a classy move from Roman Castoral. The job now will be to shake off the Peugeot of Erwin Frizzell and try and build a big lead. Joel Strax in 3rd place at the moment, but of course he'll score points for second. Bruno Schirmaz in 3rd place, point scoring position in his Honda. Joel Strax onto the Joker Loop. Castoral doesn't often lose when he's been in front, but he does like to make his Joker lap late as possible, so he needs to keep building the lead. There's Joel Strax in the dust after his Joker lap. You can see that Castoral is clearly pulling away from the Peugeot in 2nd place. And Joel Strax trying to work his way through the field. He's got another local driver in front of him, Victor Goth. And he goes through on the inside. Meanwhile, Roman Castorao is doing his Joker lap, and let's see where he comes out. Peugeot nowhere in sight, so the Astra driver has completely dominated proceedings here. Through the Joker lap and safely ahead. Joel Strack still in second place as far as the Rallycross Challenge Europe drivers are going, and Bruno Chamaz will be in third spot in the points. Great looking circuit, lots of undulation here, making it just as entertaining for the drivers as it is for the fans. And Roman Castorao giving plenty of entertainment. He leads. Up into second though has come Bruno Chamaz, because there is Joel Strack grinding to a halt on the last lap at the side of the circuit. Well, he got a clip from behind as well as he ground to a halt. I wonder if he's got a mechanical problem related to the heat and the dust. Heading towards the checkered flag though, Roman Castorao will claim victory. Erwin Fritzl second, and 17-year-old Hungarian Bruno Chamaz third and on the podium. A very happy Roman Castorao claiming victory in Hungary. Second for Bruno Chamaz, a disappointed looking Joel Smets in third. The car overheating put him out of contention. Fourth went to Yves Thielen, fifth Claudia Smits. Herman van Thielen's elderly Volvo in the middle of this heat for the Super Touring cars. Plus, it's a well-sorted machine, and Van Thielen always quick away from the line, here beating considerably younger machinery. He had pace, but he didn't seem to have much good fortune. While the Volvo was struggling, Marcel Egg in his Ford Fiesta also struggling to find front-running pace, and a car some 30 years younger. Reigning champion Steve Folders went fastest of all in all the qualifying heats. Karl Schadenhofer second in his Golf, and Stephanie van Lingen also showed good speed. First the semis, and a great getaway by Steve Folders, the fastest man in practice. Look for the green BMW though, that is Stephanie van Lingen from row 2, up into second place at the first corner. And she was looking a strong bet for a place in the final until this mistake on her Joker lap cost her a lot of time. Austria's Karl Schadenhofer was going well in his Golf, also looking for a place in the final from this semi with 5 Rallycross Challenge Europe drivers in it and only 4 going through to the final. As Philip van der Heijden booked his place, there was disaster for Karl Schadenhofer. Steve Folders raced on at the front of the field, Marcel Egg struggling still in the Fiesta, and Stephanie van Lingen's last gasp effort to get by Robert Nudge to make the final didn't work out, so it'd be Folders and van der Heijden going through. In the second final, only Jos Sterkens from Rallycross Challenge Europe was on the grid. He qualified in 4th place for the semi, and again only 4 would go through. He could not afford any slip-ups. But with every lap around the Red Quarry Arena, the Belgian has been getting faster and faster, and trouble in front opened the door for him. He was up into second right from the start and challenging hard. He made no mistakes on his Joker lap, kept his pace up all the way through, and would qualify for the final. Only Oliver Gruber's Ford Sierra Cosworth beating him to the line. More Hungarian interest in the final. Would the local fans be happy? Jos Sterkens, who qualified 3rd, and Steve Folders in 4th, would be determined to upset the apple cart. Oliver Gruber from pole position quickly away, but look at Steve Folders from row 2. The Mark 1 Escort found a way through a tiny gap. He took the lead. Jos Sterkens going around the outside of Oliver Gruber's Ford Sierra, proving there's no such thing as an old rallycross car. A 70s Escort led an 80s Cosworth and a 90s Volvo in the hands of Philip van der Heijden, with a noughties Volvo behind with Jos Sterkens. No problems for van der Heijden on his Joker lap. And again, Steve Folders racing away at the front of the field, as is his wont. Philip van der Heijden completing his Joker lap as well, trying to keep himself in contention. Folders setting the pace out front. Hot and sunny conditions, lots of dirt on track. No dramas for Jos Sterkens. Little way behind the front runners, but still scoring good points for Rallycross Challenge Europe. Van der Heijden struggling though here in the final, not matching his earlier pace. Steve Folders though getting quicker and quicker in the Escort. Even the Joker lap, no drama for him. Jos Sterkens trying to catch Oliver Gruber's Ford Sierra, as Folders rejoined the fray, still with a handy lead. His car control is quite remarkable. Behind the Belgian, the battle for second raged on between the Ford Sierra and the Volvo C30. All of that to no avail. They were not going to catch the leader. Van der Heyden dropped further and further adrift, while Steve Folders produced an outstanding masterclass in Mark I Escort driving. It may be old, but it's well sorted and stunningly effective. Jos Sterckens in a much more modern Volvo C30, all over the back of the Ford Sierra Cosworth of Oliver Gruber. But the Central European Zone driver was not expecting this move from Sterckens, who threw it down the inside at the end of the straight. Last lap for the race leader, Steve Folders, comfortably ahead of Jos Sterckens in second place. And Philip van der Heyden, our winner in Italy, struggling in the Volvo S40 as the oldest car in the field raced away at the front. As Jos Sterckens raced on to second place points, and third for Philip van der Heyden, our winner in Italy. It'll be a fifth win out of 8 Rallycross Europe starts for Steve Folders in the Escort. In the heats I struggled a little, said Jos Sterckens. Also I hit the barriers, had a bad heat too. But in the semi-finals things were getting better and better. Managed to end up with a second place from my semi. So in the final, excellent start. Had a couple of nice battles with one of the guys from the Central European Zone. Ended up in second place. Fantastic result. As winner Steve Folders had raced off to catch a plane, his mechanic Robin Camps claimed his prize ahead of Jos Sterckens and Philip van der Heyden. A great result for Steve Folders, claiming victory ahead of two of his major rivals, and for Stephanie van Lingen, her best result in Rallycross Challenge Europe. Hungary marks the debut of a brand new driver in the Super 1600 class. From Finland, Sami-Matti Trogan. Now what's interesting about Sami-Matti is that he has only just turned 14, the minimum age for competing. Well, in this heat, in his Renault Twingo, he gets off just behind Josef Suster. See from Sami-Matti's picture just how young he really is. However, he's experienced and has got a good run going. Josef Suster has done the Joker lap. Sami-Matti does his, comes out alongside and finds a way around the outside, driving with the experience of somebody at least a decade older. And the replay from Josef Suster shows that Sami-Matti's not afraid to make contact when he needs to get by. The youngster and his Renault Twingo are a highly competitive package here, but others are struggling. This is Marcel Succi looping his Peugeot 206, just being avoided by Hans-Peter Freienberger's Peugeot and Werner Panhauser in the Citroën C2, and Succi struggling for grip on the track. Werner Panhauser in his first RCE event this season goes through into the finals, and Sami-Matti Trogan tops the table. And they are the only three to go into the finals in a field full of Central European Zone contenders. Sami-Matti Trogan starts on pole, Josef Suster alongside on the front row, with Werner Panhauser on the outside. Hans-Peter Freienberger will start on row 3. Good getaway from the front row men, Josef Suster in the middle, but Sami-Matti Trogan has the run down to the inside. He takes the lead. Third is Werner Panhauser in the red and white Citroën. Second place, Josef Suster. Already looks from the first corner as though the battle might be between these two. Suster from the Czech Republic and a 14-year-old Finn. They are racing away. Werner Panhauser clear of the rest of the field, but already dropping back. Going in for his Joker lap early, Hans-Peter Freienberger in the Peugeot 206. And as the leaders race on, he will have to fight his way back through traffic to try and get into contention. And being in traffic and in the dust on this hot and twisty Hungarian circuit is never going to be easy for those chasing down the leaders, particularly when Sami-Matti is setting such an astonishing pace out front. Even Josef Suster can't stay with the youngster. 2 years ago, Werner Panhauser took third here, and the Austrian is in third place at the moment in the Citroën C2. And still, Sami-Matti Trojan setting incredible pace at the front of the field. Time for Josef Suster to try and do something different. He's not going to break the Finn on pace alone, so he has to have a perfect joker lap. Comes in on lap 4, and he will stay in front of the Citroën of Werner Panhauser. So Suster in second, Panhauser in third. Sami-Matti Trojan still leading with an increased advantage. So when it's time for the Finn to come in, he will do his joker lap. Will he remain in front, or has Suster been able to close the gap? Lonely race for Freienberger. But out front, our leader now jumps in for the joker lap. The 14-year-old with not just great speed and car control, but remarkable race maturity as well. Is there a Skoda in front? There is not. He retains the lead as he comes out. Suster is in second place and knows that the die is cast. Now he has to rely on the young Finn crashing if he's to win this one. Either that or a mechanical failure is really their only hope. Third place is still the Citroën of Werner Panhauser, and in fourth position, Freienberger's Peugeot. We're seeing a new star born here in Rallycross Challenge Europe, no question at all about that. Sami-Matti Trojan not swamped by the talent in this Rallycross Challenge Europe field, but standing out. While the rest of his rivals continue to mark time. Sami-Matti heading towards victory. The checkered flag waves. The 14-year-old victorious in Super 1600 on his debut. Winner in Italy, Josef Suster, will take second, but the weekend has been all about Sami-Matti.
Track was nice, and I won all heats, and then I was pole in final and won that.
Werner Panhauser in third, acknowledging this remarkable youngster who's not old enough to drink the champagne, but he can certainly spray it as our winner in Hungary. Time for our supercars with 600 horsepower. Even with four-wheel drive, these are a real handful. Attila Moser on the outside of the front row. Great start from the inside by Mandy August in her Audi, and she avoids the collision as Attila Moser gets sideways and Arifas Galinas gets nudged out. Despite problems in one of the heats, Mandy August did progress to the next level. Thomas Palkis on top of the pile, but there are a number of drivers who didn't. Mark Tikebar, Max Puken, Arifas Galinas all failing to go through. Local hero Thomas Palkis on pole for the first of the semi-finals, to the delights of the Hungarian fans, and a great getaway by the Peugeot driver. He leads into the first turn. Yellow car Alois Holler, the Ford Focus of the Austrian, in second place. Not entered for the full championship this year, only in the Central European zone. There's trouble behind though, and in the dust, Susu, the Hungarian in the Ford Focus, has tangled with Tristan Ecker in the VW Polo. Red flags, and they will restart without Susu. Another good getaway by Palkis. Hurler right behind him, and Mandy August in the Audi moves into third place. And as Palkis races away, Mandy August also joins him in the final. Into the second semi-final, Mark Flaherty joins Attila Moser and Thomas Karai with the rest of the Central European Zone drivers on the grid. Away they go. And Janko Weitz and Zoltan Vas first and second, but Mark Flaherty is in third until he's turned around by Attila Moser's Skoda. He bumps him, and there goes any chances of a good result. Thomas Karai and Attila Moser third and fourth. Mark Flaherty does continue. Unfortunately, he's so far back, no hopes whatsoever of making it through to the final. And in fact, he's even lapped by the leader, Zoltan Vas, to add insult to injury. Flaherty presses on towards the end. Meanwhile, Attila Moser in the Skoda Fabia and Thomas Karai in the Audi A1 battle each other for a podium finish. Both will make it through to the final. All of which means 4 regular season entries get through to the final, along with 3 Hungarians. So it could be a local victory with Thomas Palkis on pole ahead of Janko Weitz and Alois Holler on the outside of the front row. And it is Palkis and Weitz who go first and second. Holler gets shuffled out. Mandy August also getting by him for fifth, and that's Zoltan Vas right in front in the Mitsubishi Colt. The Hungarians are dominating here. Thomas Palkis leads from Janko Weist in the Skoda, then third is Thomas Karai in his Audi A1. So their local knowledge certainly seems to be working even in the dense dust. Palkis comes from karting and single-seaters but competes in the European Rallycross Championship. No wonder he's leading the field here. Good battles on behind him though. Andy August well up the order just ahead of Attila Moser, but she slid wide. And as they come out of the corner, oh, contact. Moser survives, so too does the Audi. So Andy August continues going. A wild moment there. Let's take a look from on board. Big handful of lock. Couldn't avoid contact there, Attila Moser, could he? It's a Hungarian 1-2-3. Thomas Palkis from Janko Weist in the Skoda Fabia. And in third place, Thomas Karai in his Audi A1, another European Rallycross Championship regular. Pulling away out front, Thomas Palkis' car looks absolutely brand new. Not the case, I'm afraid, for Mandy August and Attila Moser after their contact. Both of them retire with damaged cars. Thomas Palkis looking every inch the racing driver on the tarmac, hurling the car around. And in third place, Thomas Karai takes his joker lap. Now, can the Hungarian in the Audi make a difference? Palkis will stay out longer in his Peugeot 208. The tactic usually being that if you're behind, you take the joker lap earlier to try and make a difference. If you're out front, you take it later to try and build as big as an advantage as you can. And Palkis still the leader. Thomas Karai in second place as far as Rallycross Challenge Europe results are. And Palkis onto his joker lap on lap 4 of 6. Down the gearbox for the tight left-right that ends the joker lap. And out he comes neatly in front. Smooth and flamboyant. Can't argue with that style or his pace. He has really converted to Rallycross superbly. And the locals will be very pleased with the Hungarian 1-2-3 at the moment. Thomas Palkis looking absolutely untouchable out front. Janko Weist in second place. And Thomas Karai taking points for second in Rallycross Challenge Europe in the Audi. Now he's closing down the second place man, but they've got no hope of catching this man. In his single-seater career and through karting, I'm sure he dreamed of making it to Formula One, but who knows? With his speed, Thomas Palkis may yet be a world champion in Rallycross. He certainly looks as though he's got the potential right now. And heading towards the checkered flag here in Hungary, nobody is going to catch him. 2 corners from home now. Final lap for Thomas Palkis, making it all look very straightforward. Checkered flag awaits around the last turn. It'll be victory in Hungary and a close battle shaping up at the line. Janko Weist just in front of Thomas Karai, second and third. But our happy winner is Thomas Palkis.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. I mean, in looking at the standings and the result, it's absolutely one of the best weekends for us because this has been the strongest grid, being racing in the Hungarian Championship, and now together with the RCE Championship and also the Central European Zone Championship, it has, become a very strong grid. I mean, it was almost a European Championship.
Maximum points for Thomas Palkis. Thomas Karai got points for second. Mandy August points for third because her faster lap was quicker than Attila Moser's. Shushan Flaherty unlucky. Tikabar Puka and Galinis with mechanical problems unable to take part in the big final. After 2 rounds of the championship, Yves Thielen still leads in Super Touring Cars Minors, but Robin Castoral now ties him on points. Steve Folders has taken over the lead in Super Touring Cars Plus at the expense of Philip van der Heijden. In Super 1600, Josef Suster has opened up his margin at the top, but they are all going to have to watch out for 14-year-old sensation Sami Matti Trogan. And after a tough weekend for her rivals, it's Mandy August that has the points lead in supercars. Well, that's it from Hungary. There's more on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook and on Twitter, and we'll see you in 2 weeks in Lithuania.